Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Board Show right here on Smash FM here on a Friday here in Melbourne on the Labor Day long weekend. But let's turn our attention to my second favourite city, because that is up in Brisbane. And of course, speak with one of our favourite teams up there, because that is the Eastern Suburbs Football Club. And of course, their NPLW season is just around the corner. And we've got three very special guests joining us right now to tell us a bit about the pre-season so far. Thanks all three for joining us.
No worries.
Thanks for having us.
So I'll get all three to introduce yourselves and tell us what position you are hoping to play in 2022.
I'm Maya, and I'm hoping to play striker in 2022.
I'm Holly, and I'm hoping to play centre back.
And I am Brie, and I'm hoping to play centre back too, 2022.
A bit of a different pre-season so far for the team, because particularly, obviously, I think like the last 2 or 3 weeks that you had the floods up there that's been devastating Brisbane at the moment. How have you been trying to work around that the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think it's been hard, obviously, because we haven't had that consistency that we're used to having during preseason. But I think it's kind of about individually being able to step up and find a place to train, or even just gym sessions when we're not able to train as a team. So I think that's been really important. And obviously, like when we are able to train as a team, just like making sure we're training with intensity and working really hard.
Yeah, I think it's just about being accountable too. Like everyone knows that you still need to maintain your fitness during this time, especially in pre-season. It's one of the most valuable times to like become fit and stuff. So I think all of us sort of knew that the expectation was if we couldn't, because we couldn't train, that we should be doing something in our own time and stuff. And I think most of us, that isn't like a burden or anything. Most of us want to be doing stuff. So yeah, it worked out good. Well, not good in a sense, but I think we all stuck to our programs, and yeah.
Our manager's been really good, and we've had alternative fields that we've been able to use, since our field doesn't do well with a bit of rain. It's very close to the river, so we get flooded. But yeah, Griffith University has been helping us out, and we've been using their gym facilities and their fields on both campuses. It's been really good.
No, there's been a huge clean up since, and I believe players have been down there to assist. Have all three had a chance to get down to the club and assist since now the floods are sort of recede?
Yeah, we had a really big cleanup couple of days last weekend where we just went down and kind of did what we could to help with a lot of like mud residue, so we kind of had to do a lot of cleaning up for that. But yeah, it was good. The club was amazing, and there were so many volunteers helping out, which was really great to see.
Let's talk a bit about now, obviously, the season, not too far away. Obviously, after a fantastic season that team had, obviously making it back to the NPL last season. So what's the expectation now? Because, it's back to a very short, I think, 8-team now competition from last season when you had almost double that.
Yeah, I think it's sort of, our main priority is always sort of making top 4, getting into the top sort of stages like finals and stuff. And I think especially for this season, it is really important that we are consistent and are playing like quite well, because there is that cutoff sort of thing. So that's always, I think all teams are sort of worried about that, like not performing well, then even just one game could go wrong, and that could cost you from being put down to FQPL or staying in NPL. So I think that is something that we're always aiming to sort of stay in NPL, and of course to hopefully take out the premiership and make finals. So hopefully that's what we'll do. But we've got
a really strong team this year. I think we've had a majority of the same players stay with us. We've got a few new really great players like Bree, who's come to East, but yeah, it'll be really nice to have like a good core group and a really strong team, and everyone gets along really well. And I think that is really helpful for us. So I think we should go a really long way this season.
Yeah, I think it's important that we make our mark earlier this season, especially it being shorter.
Yeah.
Last year we left it a little late, had a rough start, but I think good pre-season, and hopefully we start strong from the beginning and can maintain that throughout the season.
As May was saying before, Bree, you are new to the team. So how have you found it playing for Eastern?
No, East has always been a strong team. Always took my eye to East a bit. But no, it's been really good. I've known like a couple of girls before I came, like Holly, knew Holly for a couple of years, and one of my old QAS coach, Amos, captain, Georgina Amos. So knew her coming into the team too, and it's a couple of others, and everyone's super welcoming, and I think we've all bonded pretty well. It's a good group, I think. It's really probably one of the best groups been in. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. Trainings have been good. So
Have you got has the team got any pre-season games coming up?
Yeah, we're playing in Toowoomba tomorrow, and I think some of the games that were originally planned, I think they might have to be rescheduled due to field availability, but I think hopefully we'll find that out soon. But I think we're expecting to probably play a game every weekend from now on.
How's it going to be like going away to the beautiful Darling Downs tomorrow?
Hot. I think it's going to be really hot. We play at midday tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's gonna be a warm one.
Throw us straight back in there. Good. We haven't been to Toowoomba since early last year. I think we played there. And then, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how Toowoomba's going and how their team is. It's a different team to when we last played them.
You're playing in the middle of the day when it's normally the hottest part of the day. So what's the game plan? Just sort of, I'm assuming obviously want to win, but I'm sure also trying to survive the heat.
Ask for a drink break.
I think a lot of our preseason plan at the moment is just mostly building fitness. That's kind of our goal in most games, and obviously we're starting a new formation this season as well, so kind of working on that and really solidifying our positions and kind of working together in those new formations and roles, I think is something that we're working on as well. So that's probably our focus at the moment.
Yeah, try and keep possession and let the ball do all the work tomorrow, save our wingers and stuff like that from all their running.
About your amazing coach Tony.
He's great. I've worked with him for a few years, and Holly as well. We had him as our under 23s coach for a couple of years for me. So it's really great having him again. I think he knows a lot about what he's talking about, and he's really supportive, and I think it'll be good to have him move up to the senior team coach and have him again.
I agree. He was my first NPL coach when I first moved to Brisbane, my first coach, and he made me feel very welcomed and really lifted up it was a huge change coming from Rockhampton, and very, very, way more professional. And it was great to have Tony to help me settle in and lift up, my standards and stuff like that.
Yeah, and he also took us to a premiership win, so
hopefully
we can do the same this year.
Yeah, great coach.
Yeah,
I haven't known Tony that long, obviously, a couple of months, but no, I can tell he's I think he's a great coach, and his philosophies and stuff and his approaches to games and training always has an objective as such, and I think that's very important. And I'm looking forward to this season and working with him, so hopefully we'll get the premiership again.
Let's talk a bit about all three of your world game journeys. Where did it all start, and why did you choose it? And maybe you don't have to answer it because you answered it last time.
I'm originally from up north, Gingin, and I started playing when I was 6 in a boy and mixed team. And then I moved down I made my first NPL team for Sunny Coast Fire when I was 13, and then was traveling from Gingin to Sunny Coast, which is like 3 hours each way, trainings and games. And then I got selected in the Brisbane Rural Youth Team, so I boarded at Ipswich Girls Grammar, and so then I moved down to Ipswich and then boarded there for my schooling. And then I've been in Brisbane ever since, and then was with the QAS and last year had a stint at the Gap, and then now at East. So looking forward to it. But yeah, it's basically my journey.
I'm also from up north. I'm from Rockhampton. I finished my schooling. I did year 12 in Rocky, and then after that I moved down to Brisbane, and I played with East straight away in under 18s, and yeah, I've been with them ever since. I started playing when I was probably like 5 or 6, but then I quit and I took up like athletics and different sporting paths, and then I came back to soccer and I was about 12, I think. My dad plays soccer and he's always been my coach, and my sister, so it's a bit of a family affair, and yeah, he's coached me up until 2020, when I moved to Brisbane.
Holly and Brie, now I actually know that area. You're both Rocky and Gin Gin pretty well because I'm from Harvey Bay. So I know exactly where those two towns are. So have either of you actually versed against each other?
No,
at like Suburbs, we did, didn't we?
Oh,
Like,
we did.
I played for Capricornia, and were you Wide Bay?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how I sort of knew Holly, because then we both went away to nationals together.
The Queensland team. And what year was that? 2015? No, 16.
17.
Not even close. 2017.
But we went away together. But apart from that, I've only ever versed her then when she was playing for like women's, and we had versed in like NPL like last year and the year before and stuff. So, and apart from that, didn't really, when we were younger, we never, like young, we never versed each other and stuff. Just, we probably did for school sport, but we never knew each other. So probably.
So I need to know who won the matchup between White Bay and Capricorn, because I know the two are huge rivals up there.
Oh, it absolutely would have been Wide Bay. I can't even remember, but there was barely any games that Capricornia won.
Yeah, I actually think Wide Bay came third, which is the best Wide Bay's ever done or something in football that year. So I think probably, but it's probably the one time.
I remember Capricornia, we celebrated one year when we came second last because we didn't get the wooden spoon.
All right. Well, I'm going to bring him back in because obviously I haven't asked her the last couple of questions now. So have you versed against either of these two?
I would have played against Brie last year when she was playing for the Gap, I believe, but that would be it.
Okay, so now considering all of you has pretty much versed against each other, except for obviously Holly obviously played with each other with East. So how good is it to be back, to play with each other, and what have all three learnt from each other now?
I know personally with Holly and I, because we both play in like the same position, it's quite good. I really like working with Holly in the back line because we're both in the back line. And well, Maya, I never actually knew Maya until the start of this year. So, end of last year, start of this year, yeah. And but no, I think we all work pretty well with each other in the field. I think our whole team does actually. We've got a lot of chemistry on the field, I think, and that's good. So, but yeah, I enjoy working with both of them in the field. Make some runs.
Yeah, I agree. I'm always asking Brie for clarification of what I'm doing in the back line. And with Maya, I guess because she's striker, when we do training drills and stuff, I'm always marking Maya, and it's good. Great practice for me.
Yeah, no, I think it's great having both of them in defence. They're both really solid and really good defenders and really composed on the ball as well, which is like really good to have in a team.
Holly, you just mentioned you match up with Maya normally at training, because then you're back, and obviously she's a striker. So who's managed to win all these training battles between you two?
Mine.
Nah, I think it's pretty even, to be honest. It's tough to get past Holly, that's for sure. Yeah.
I'm like, if I can defend Maya, then I can defend anyone.
Yeah, so if I can get past Holly, that's a pretty good fit for me, I'd say.
That's why it's so good, because our team's so strong. So training like games for us when we verse each other is just as good as any other games, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure.
So Maya, have you ever battled against Bray yet?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's great. Both of them are just really solid. So it takes a lot to get past them in training for sure.
So how's that battle been? I might as well just ask Bray and see Maya just answer that question for me.
Yeah, well, obviously, you know, in a lot of our trainings, we split up into like attackers, defenders, and do sort of drills, positioning sort of drills and stuff. And I think, yeah, Maya especially is a really good striker. But no, it's good with the quality and stuff, because she's exactly like even better than teams will verse their strikers. So it's good to have quality opposition within training. It's just as good as Holly said, versing a normal team in a game. I mean, internal games, it's just as good. And so, no, I think it's been really beneficial. So, that's Maya.
Thanks, Maya.
Thanks, you guys.
What does the sport of the world game mean to all three of you, and especially being part of the Eastern Suburbs?
Especially being part of East, it's like a really, really good community. And I think they put a lot of work into supporting women's football, especially, which has come really far recently. So I think, yeah, being part of a team and being part of a group is probably my favorite part of the sport, and just getting to know people. And yeah, I think that's my favorite part for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I think the culture is really good at East. As Maya said, with the women's program, I know this like coming into the team, like that how much Tony pushes for the program, and all the girls have like a huge passion for football. So I think that's another big thing, that I think if you're playing, you should have the passion for the game. So I think all of us have made some sort of sacrifices, like either moving down or making time commitment to trainings and stuff like that. So I think that just shows on the field too.
A huge reason why I love football so much is because of like the social side of things, having like my sister and my dad in Rocky, and then moving here, and I've got another great bunch of girls. They made it so much better and so much easier for me to move. And yeah, the coaches and our manager, Trish, so lovely. Dennis and Trish have, you know, they're like family to us, and all of the girls, just, yeah, it's the reason why I love it so much.
So the most silliest question I'm going to ask all three then. Any future ambitions in the world game?
I think, yeah, like obviously I'd love to go as far as I can with football. But I think at the moment, like obviously Brisbane Roar, I think everyone strives to be like the highest they can go for most people. But I think also just like continuing to play consistent, you know, contribute for the team and see where that takes me. But hopefully one day.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. Like obviously we all strive to get better and kind of improve every day, and the highest level I get to would be great. But I think as long as I'm enjoying it, really, that's probably the main thing. As long as I'm a part of a team that I enjoy and I'm still getting pushed, I think that's probably, yeah, the most important thing.
I think I'm all about just continuing to gain confidence and improve my game at the NPL level, and hopefully from doing that, then see where I go. Would be good to, you know, make moves above NPL, but yeah. It's like keep improving my game. That's all that matters.
Let's finish on a couple of lighthearted questions about your teammates. Firstly, who had the most embarrassing moments during the preseason, and what was it?
Thinking about Askins, all of Askins falls last year.
Yeah. On the field, yeah. Got some video.
I think when we were in Gold Coast, Zoe went out onto the field with her training shirt on, or she like forgot to get into her jersey.
Yeah, I think that's happened with her.
Zoe thinks to do.
Well. Yeah.
I think to another one. This is Tony thought that one of the girls was playing when she wasn't even in the one of our preseason games, she wasn't even at the venue and anything, wasn't playing indoor, and he had a line just ready to go. And
Yeah, she was written down on the starting team, and
Tony, no, Rena's not coming. And then,
Yeah, we had to let him know in the warm up. Oh well.
I was going to say that would have been awkward playing with one player down.
yeah.
Who's the comedian and the best singer?
Not me. Maybe. I don't think any of us can sing, can we?
The sounds in the change room when we have the speaker on probably aren't the best.
And our like breakup at the end of last year, like they were singing, but I don't think it was that good.
No, definitely not. And as for comedian,
Chantel, she loves to crack
she makes
Fine asking, yeah.
funny
I think
comments.
it was a funny.
Yeah, we do have a lot of laughs.
Little street humor.
Yeah, we're always laughing at training.
Normally I ask this about the best dancer, but I'm going to change it to, is anyone on the team TikTok famous, and who's on TikTok the most?
I wish.
I don't know.
None of us.
I don't think
I think we all watch TikTok, but we don't actually post.
Yeah,
No.
we surprisingly don't have anyone who's big.
workers.
We're all addicted though.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might have to post to an Eastern Suburbs.
Yeah,
with the girls.
So do either of you have a pre-game superstition or ritual?
I always wear a this is just like a thing. I always wear a ribbon, a white ribbon, every game day. I just always have to. Always done it for the past couple of years. So I always wear a white ribbon. I have a pair of shin pads that are like, I have to can only play with shin pads if they're like all the padding's taken out. It's just like the plastic. It's just a personal preference, but
yeah, they're tiny. They do not protect you at all.
yeah, pinky ribbon. That's nice.
I think I have a lot of superstitions. I wore the same undies every game last year.
I wore the same bra every game last year.
Yeah, same bra and undies. And I always, my bottom like look good, play good. So I always have makeup on and my hair like a scrunchie or something in my hair. Double socks. I think that's about it.
Yeah, I used to have a bacon and eggs game day
Oh,
breakfast for lunch. Most games as well.
Very superstitious.
Describe your team as many words as you like.
I'd say
Right.
supportive.
Committed.
Fun.
Mm.
Passionate.
Did you say passionate, Brie?
Yeah. I think we're all hardworking.
Mm.
Yeah.
We have common goals.
Yeah.
Inclusive.
Skillful.
Mm.
I feel like there's just a lot you could say, really. Just,
Every positive word.
yeah.
Oh, Holly.
So we'll finish with this last one, which is, what would be your advice to people out there that should get involved in the World Games, especially being part of the best club there in the Eastern Suburbs?
Well, I think advice would be, well, first of all, just to enjoy it. And I think just take your opportunities and always be like hungrier to be better and like grow as a player and person in every opportunity, I guess.
Yeah, I think no matter with any sport, I think it's always going to be, you're always going to have like highs and lows, and it's going to get tough, and like that's just part of the journey, and you just have to kind of work through that. And yeah, as long as you're enjoying it, like Brie said, that's really the main thing.
Yeah, I'd say be confident, make as many friends as you can, and try your best.
Yeah, and I think East, obviously, East is probably the best club. So definitely would recommend people come here. I think it's really, really supportive. Yeah, even the younger players love it, I'm sure, as well. And we're pretty involved with them. We've got a lot of people who are coaching younger teams. So I think it's a really inclusive and great environment to be a part of.
All three, thank you so much for getting up your time to join us. Best of luck in Toowoomba tomorrow against, I think it's against the Thunder. And let's hope all goes well. And hopefully you can get a win in that game, and especially hopefully surviving the heat in the middle of the day.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
No worries. And of course, if you want to get involved and be part of the Tiger Army in 2022, of course, we'll put all the details up on how you can get involved with Eastern Suburbs throughout the 2022 season. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.